Again, beautiful cosmic beings of light. Thank you so much for being here. As always, I really appreciate your presence, and I'm so happy to see so many people awakening so rapidly at this time. I am back with another really incredible Galactic Federation download, part 2. I think most of you saw my original part that happened, I think, about 3 weeks ago. And so last night I was, here in Joshua Tree reviewing your over, 200 questions that you asked the Galactic Federation. And it was actually them that chose the questions that they wanted to respond to and answer. But I promise that they will probably answer all of your questions today. One thing that I want to say, maybe a bit of disclaimer, don't shoot the messenger, all right? I'm just relaying this information. This is not coming from me. This is coming from a Galactic Federation Council, and specifically there's many councils in the Galactic Federation, but this one is a Palladian Council, and I call them the Palladian Security Council because they deal with security measures on this planet. They are literally the perfect individuals, perfect beings to go to with all of your really great questions. One more thing that I want to mention, this may indeed be a video that you want to watch over again because most of the Galactic Federation, this Palladian Council's responses are very clear, very short, and very concise. But they gave me all of this in 2 sentences, okay? So please do not get hung up on the words. Everyone has their own perception of each word. Please really feel the vibration of their messages come through. Okay, without further ado, once again, I'll just kind of explain people maybe who haven't seen me or my channel. I am a channeler, but I don't directly channel beings. I don't allow any beings into my body. So I basically brought them into the room. I had about 8 beautiful Palladian beings in my 3rd dimension space here in Joshua Tree, and we went through all your questions, and then I proceeded to ask them a question telepathically, and then they gave me the answer telepathically. Sometimes they gave me like verbatim word for word to write, and other times they actually gave me images that I had to interpret, and then I got their approval for the interpretation of the image. Okay, so once again, don't get caught up in the words, feel the vibration of the messages that they want to share with all of you. And one more thing that I want to say before we just kind of get started is the information contained within this is a light code activation. Okay, so their intention for all of you is that this information is going to unlock you at some capacity. All right, okay. Once again, I have written all the information down, so I wrote down the question. Obviously, I took your questions. These aren't my questions for them. And then I also, typed out the response that they gave me. It just keeps it very clear and very concise. So, without further ado, let's get started. The first question that I had for the Galactic Federation Council was, is there anything that you would like to say before we begin the Q&A that you think is important for everyone to hear? Okay, so this is just kind of the opener. So this Galactic Federation Palladian Council, this is what they said. Hello again, humans. We find it very thrilling to be here at this time. We are so pleased to connect with all of you. We respect each one of your questions. However, we chose the ones that are most in alignment to your collective vibration at this time. Although we cannot provide you all of the answers, we will be giving you as much as we can to assist you along this winding road to ascension. And after they gave me that sentence, okay, side note, after they gave me that sentence, this Galactic Federation Council asked me to look up the definition of ascension. I've never done this before, but they asked me to do it, and they asked me to include the definition of ascension in this broadcast. So this is what we found. This is what me and the council found. This is the definition online of ascension, okay? The bodily rising of Jesus into heaven on the 40th day of his resurrection. The second line down with the definition of ascension, the feast celebrating this event on Ascension Day. You guys, the definition of ascension is Jesus rising from the dead on the 40th day of his resurrection. Or rising into heaven, yeah. How crazy is that? Didn't we just pass Easter? Isn't that Jesus rising from the dead? Aren't we really just talking about Christ consciousness? How cool is it that they asked me to look up the definition of ascension and, Jesus rising into heaven on the 40th day? That was yesterday. That happened yesterday, right? A feast celebrating this event on Ascension Day. Easter used to be called Ascension Day, right? How insane is that? That just happened. Literally, they actually asked me to look up the definition of ascension on Ascension Day. Like, I just clicked that in. Anyway, I'm getting too excited. Anyway, it was really cool. Okay, moving on. This is what the Palladian Council had to say next, okay, after we looked up the definition of ascension. Okay. We know that you have been waiting a long time. Some of you have been questioning if this could indeed be what you have been waiting for. We want to assure you that yes, it is. Now is the time. You are being called to remember. You volunteered to be on this planet for this now moment. You have all been working so hard, and we want to shower you with praise at this time. For it is time to celebrate. Some of you were also asking about timelines in your questions, and we cannot provide those timelines to you. For it is not up to us to choose your future. That being said, we can confirm that everything is going as planned for the greater good. Okay. I also had one more question for them before we dive into all of your questions. So I asked them, do I need to be stating the name of the individual asking the question? So all of you gave me over 200 questions to go through, and I just asked them, should I be including your name, your YouTube name, because I was adding it to the question. And this is what the Palladian Council had to say about that. It would limit the vibrational frequency of the answer. So no, you should not, in order to be more inclusive. Please label the inquisitor as humanity. So all of the questions are going to be from all of you collectively as humanity, okay? Okay, first question, let's get into it. All right, question from humanity. Will we / are we completely ridding the planet of darkness at this time? Also, is there anything else that you can mention regarding the collapse of the matrix system? Galactic Council. This is a good question because there is an element that most do not understand or incorporate. Planet Earth, along with this universe, works on a binary system. In order to have perfect balance and harmony anywhere, there must be balance between light and dark. This is why we Palladians can appreciate the mission of the dark forces. They were funny about this. Although it does become, as you say, annoying at times. There's a false agenda on this planet of just light within the New Age communities. This is misleading and will actually perpetuate the frequency of dark on the planet in order to maintain balance. When each of you accept the shadow within yourself and live harmoniously within both sides, the planet can rid itself of extreme darkness while maintaining an equilibrium. So much information packed into just a couple sentences. It's freaking mind-blowing. Okay. I just wanted to ask them, is there anything else that you'd like to say about the old matrix control system on the planet? Because they didn't really reference that. Council. The system will not be able to live in this new frequency. The reset will happen within the next 4 years. This is all we want to share regarding this. Pretty much sums it up. Okay, humanity's next question. How can we help our children and our loved ones throughout this process? Galactic Federation Council. This is funny. We deeply appreciate your concern for other humans, especially for the small ones. Your children are more equipped than you currently are. They will lead you into the new era. Please go within, work on yourself. Your children know exactly what they volunteered for, and they chose you in particular for a reason. Keep doing what you're doing. All right, next question from humanity. How can we help the collective consciousness of the planet at this time? Council. You each have a mission. When the time is right, you will be told your mission. Remember, many of you have already been working on this mission when you aren't aware. Trust yourself more. You have simply just forgotten what you have signed up for. Your soul is on it. Your human is just behind. Humanity's next question. What should we be doing about the animals on planet Earth at this time? Council. Like your children and all the plants and animals and all living things on your planet come through with a clear blueprint to their existence. Appreciate and respect every living thing as if it were an extension and expression of yourself. Also, appreciate and respect the jobs that these souls have signed up for. Humanity's next question. What will happen to the low vibrational people who refuse to ascend into a new vibration? This is a really funny response. Council. What happens when you pour oil into water? We will leave you with that. I'm just going to repeat that because it's really funny. What happens when you pour oil into water? We will leave you with that. Pretty spot on. Okay, humanity. If we are restarting the Earth in the next 4 years, then how should we all prepare for the coming changes as well as the new vibration? Galactic Federation Council. Become a master of the lower realms. When you ascend, life becomes easy. So then I asked them, am I allowed to decrypt that, right? Because it was very, very strong, but they also gave me lots of information behind that, right? So once again, like, what are we supposed to do to prepare for everything? And they said, become a master of the lower realms. And I asked, can I decrypt that? And they said, yes. This is what I interpret that as, okay? How can we prepare? Master everything in the physical. Take care of your body. Take care of the planet. Take care of your emotions. Take care of your mind. Also get prepared with things like seeds, silver, backup food, and backup water. The fight isn't over yet. We have 4 years of collapse before we start to rebuild. Okay? Humanity's next question. Can you give us more insight into the global cosmic disclosure? Is there any criteria that we need to meet in order to get there? So we're talking about alien disclosure. When are you guys going to show up? Like, what's the deal here? So the council, the Palladian Council, responded. And this is interesting. We are taking cautious steps towards a mass disclosure. We are working with your people and white hat government officials to also aid in the mass disclosure. For now, humanity as a whole isn't currently ready. We have shown up with our ships in various locations around the planet to help those areas question and awaken at this time. Please keep your eyes on the skies. And one more thing, you will be able to call our ships in through your intention. Okay, humanity's next question. Is there any other information that you can give us regarding the 3 days and 3 nights of darkness or the solar flare? You mentioned something last time about learning our lessons as a collective. Can you please elaborate? Guidance and assistance is appreciated. Council. You are currently working to prepare yourselves energetically and physically for this period in time of darkness. We recognize that you may believe the darkness is a part of facing yourself. And although that is the case, this is not the particular period in time that we are referencing. We are discussing among councils about the timelines and which would be best for you. This will be occurring in the next 4 years, with the biggest probability happening within 2021. This will be a big part of the reset and really does need to happen. The lesson that we are referring to is regarding loving one another and coming together as a collective. Currently, with the polar vibration on the planet, it wouldn't be an ideal time for this event to occur. And they're talking about the 3 days and three nights of darkness. We believe it would incite more fear than ascension. We are still debating. So it's kind of up in the air, basically. Okay, humanity's next question. What is the current state? This is a good one. What is the current state of the reptilians on the planet, and what does the future interactions with them look like? Anything else that you can tell us about the fall of the New World Order? Yeah. All right. Palladian Council. We can confirm that they are currently being given a choice. We will also confirm that the head pains, this is interesting, we will also confirm that the head pains you are feeling as a collective is in response to the dismemberment of control systems which has been systematically planted inside your brains. This system is commonly referred to as the reptilian brain. Your brains are changing. Eventually, only the hypersensitive will notice the timeline hop made between the different brain systems. These system upgrades will continue into 2024. Please be patient with this. Work on transmuting the pain through taking on the perspective of why it's all happening for the greater good and for the greater good of yourself. Okay, so this is really embarrassing, but right after I asked that question, the oven was beeping and I had to make dinner for me and my wife. And it was kind of this awkward moment because I had 8 Palladian Galactic Federation Council members just kind of chilling in my place. And here I am just kind of serving food and getting things going. And it's weird, but they were like really entertained by my human interactions with the human world, right? It was just a funny thing, but yeah, that was very interesting indeed. Okay, let's move on. All right, couple questions left. These ones are good ones. Well, they're all good ones. 4. Okay, great. Okay, next question from humanity. Is the rest of the galaxy or universe being affected by this ascension on planet Earth? If so, can you elaborate? Council. Yes, everyone is being affected at this time. As we have told Elizabeth, you humans on planet Earth are in a sense the chosen ones. You are meant to bring peace to all beings across the universe. We have been watching and assisting for a very long time. As you ascend, we all become liberated. You are our children, and we are so grateful to have you here at this time. Humanity's next question, and I'm going to tell all of you that you may not like the answer to this one. 5G. Can you please comment on the radiation that we are all being affected by? Why is it on this planet, and what do we need to know about how to heal ourselves and live our best life? Palladian Security Council. We need to assure you of something regarding technology advancement and radiation output. Our crafts have large amounts of radiation emitting from them. Now, while other species have evolved beyond the effects of this, there are some species who have not, such as yourself. We use quantum technology and zero point to work with shielding the equipment from living organisms. You may not accept this answer. However, your civilization will be advancing in these systems and will need solutions rather than deterrent. We will be providing the right people with the right solutions for these issues. Okay. Similar to the fear surrounding the pandemic, 5G needs to happen or needed to happen on your planet at this time. It is helping the world to wake up. Due to the unpredictable nature of the future, we cannot comment much more on this. The last thing we will say is that it is time for all of you to band together collectively, consciously, in order to make this world a better place. We will simply assist you in your intentions. Okay. Last question. Humanity. How do we connect better with our higher selves, our guides, our cosmic beings, and the Galactic Federation? Council. We are going to answer this with a popular and we find amusing reference on your world. Imagine that the universe is a giant Netflix, full of infinite possibilities. You, my beloved human, are the remote. You are more powerful than you could ever imagine. There is no such thing as how. There only is. All right, and then I said to them, any last comments or statements that you want to make to humanity in closing? And this is what the Galactic Federation Palladian Security Council said. We are with you at this time, dear humans, as we have always been. Your voices have been heard. Remember that you are the only one creating your current reality. Remember that you hold the key to changing the planet. Remember that right now, everything that you thought you knew is changing and making way for a new paradigm. We don't want to give you the answers. We want to lead you to them. We love you. Everything is happening according to the prophecy, and you are all indeed on the journey of ascension. And with that, everyone, I just want to say thank you for being here. Please subscribe to the channel if you feel called, if you resonate with this information. I don't always directly channel the Galactic Federation and this council. I've been channeling them since 2010, 11. But yeah, so check out my other videos. Thank you all so much. Have a beautiful, blessed, incredible day. You're creating your reality, and I hope you really resonated with that. Bye for now.